Hey friends. So this is my first attempt at ever doing any kind of video thing. And I figured that my making this big announcement, which you've probably just read above my head, that I have signed a contract with Worthy to publish 2 books. And I just want to take a second to tell you a little bit about the first one. I've mentioned it vaguely here and there. But actually this book, which is tentatively titled The Mama Monk, shocker, I know, that this book has been with me for a while. And actually I started the blog because of this book. It was kind of born when August was around maybe 4 or 5 days old, and I was deep in the crazy first week of having a newborn and it being your first child phase. My mom was at my house and she sort of shooed me off to go have some time by myself, and I grabbed a book that I had read before, that it was, one of those, like, this will be comforting, this will be nice to read, it made me feel better. So I grabbed Kathleen Norris's The Cloister Walk. I had read it back in 2002 or 2003, and that day, I don't think I even reread it. I think I just read the preface. But what I came across in the preface that day really just shook me. And I don't know if I had noticed it before when I read it before. I was, I think 2002, I was like 22 or 23. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here doing math. I should not be doing math while we're making a video. Anyway, yes, so I came across this passage that talked about time and the Benedictines. And I think it was just in this perfect moment of fear over the fact that I had just given birth to a life that I was in charge of, and recognizing the depth of my anxiety, that it had been intense enough for me that I had to seek help in the past, and what was going to happen to me now that I was a mom. Was I gonna lose it? Was I gonna be able to do this thing? And the idea of time had always stuck with me. Like, I wanted to have this baby, and I wanted to stay in ministry, and I wanted to just nail this thing. Like, I wanted to do it and do it the best, and I wanted to be this woman who could pray for an hour, and of course nurse her child till he was 2, and also save the world. And so I'm sitting there reading the preface to The Cloister Walk, and there are the words from Kathleen Norris that the Benedictines have always believed there's enough time in each day for work and study and rest and prayer. And I never could forget it. As I went into motherhood, as I went through the next year of ministry, as we made the choice to leave Philadelphia and move to San Francisco, and I made the choice to leave ministry, that those words, that there could be enough time. Who has enough time, and how in the world am I supposed to figure it out? And that's why I started reading the Benedictines. And that's why I came to the Rule of St. Benedict, and that's where this book was kind of born, where I just wanted somebody to tell me that there was enough time. And I wanted somebody to tell me that God could love me if I didn't impress him. And if I didn't impress all of you, if I didn't impress anybody, if I just kept my kid fed, and if maybe I shot a prayer up, could I be enough? So this book is called The Mama Monk. It's, when I started thinking about it, I had a kind of this gimmicky notion of like, oh, I'll follow the rule of Saint Benedict for a year as a mom, and that'll be so awesome, and like it'll be, I don't know, I'll act like a monk or something. I don't know what I thought, but I realized the more that I studied the rule of Saint Benedict, and the more that I came to recognize God's deep and abiding love for me, that was not based on my own ability to be awesome. The more that I read the rule, the more it was coated in grace. And the more I was like, oh, this is not a gimmicky, like, can I do this for a year? This is, like, gonna change my life. And that's really what this book is. It's a memoir of the 2 years that I lived in San Francisco before we moved to Austin and moved back to San Francisco. It's about leaving ministry, and it's about relearning how to pray as a mom and as somebody who is basically experiencing grace for the first time. Or maybe I should say experiencing grace in a way that, in a freeing way. I don't know how to say that. This is why I'm better at writing. But it's a book, and it's my story of 2 years, and it's been fun working through it as I'm back in San Francisco and seeing my youngest son in the same stage as my oldest son was when I first started writing it. And I'm really, really excited to just be honored to work with Worthy and to have this opportunity. So thanks for being excited with me, and I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll just walk through this together. Thanks, friends. Bye.